Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Dose of English. I'm Tom and I'm so excited to be here with you today. How are you feeling? Are you ready to improve your English? I hope so, because today we have a special lesson that will help you speak more naturally and confidently about your everyday life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to describe your day in English, but you didn't know the right words? Maybe you wanted to talk about your morning routine, your work day, or what you do in the evening, but the words just wouldn't come. Well, today that changes. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to talk about your entire day in English. From the moment you wake up until you go to bed, we're going to learn useful vocabulary, natural phrases, and real expressions that native speakers use every day. But here's the best part. We won't just learn them, we'll practice them together using a technique called shadowing. What is shadowing? It's when you listen to me say something, and then you repeat it, trying to match my pronunciation and rhythm. It's like being my echo. This technique is amazing for improving your speaking skills. Today's lesson has 5 main parts. First, we'll learn morning vocabulary and phrases. Second, we'll talk about the afternoon and work time. Third, we'll cover evening activities. Fourth, I'll tell you a story using everything we've learned. And finally, we'll do some fun practice exercises together. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice. Every time you repeat after me, you're training your mouth and brain to work together in English. It's like exercise for your speaking muscles. Some of you might feel shy about speaking out loud, and that's okay. You're probably alone right now, maybe with headphones on so no one can hear you. This is your safe space to practice. Before we start, I want you to do 3 things. First, find a comfortable place where you can speak freely. Second, grab a glass of water because we'll be talking a lot. And third, smile. Yes, smile right now. When you smile, you relax. And when you're relaxed, you learn better. Did you smile? Good. I'm smiling too, even though you can't see me. Are you ready to transform your English? Let's begin this journey together, step by step, word by word. Let's start with the morning, the beginning of every day. The morning sets the tone for everything that follows. When you can talk about your morning in English, you're already winning. First, let's learn some essential morning vocabulary. Listen carefully to each word, and I'll explain what it means. Wake up. This means to stop sleeping and open your eyes. It's different from get up, which means to leave your bed. Let's practice. I wake up. I wake up. Now you repeat. Alarm clock. This is the device that makes noise to wake you up. My alarm clock rings at 7. My alarm clock rings at 7. Now you repeat. Snooze button. This is the button you press to sleep for a few more minutes. Sometimes I hit the snooze button. Sometimes I hit the snooze button. Now you repeat. Now let's learn some common morning phrases. These are things people really say every day. I'm not a morning person. This means you don't like mornings or don't have energy in the morning. Let's break this into parts. I'm not. Now you repeat. A morning person. A morning person. Now you repeat. Now the full sentence. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. Now you repeat. I need my coffee. This means coffee is very important for you to start your day. I need my coffee. I need my coffee. Now you repeat. Let's talk about morning routines. Everyone has different habits, but here are the most common ones. I brush my teeth. This is cleaning your teeth with a toothbrush. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. Now you repeat. I take a shower. This means to wash your body with water. Some people say have a shower. Both are correct. I take a shower. I take a shower. Now you repeat. I get dressed. Right, this means to put on your clothes. I get dressed. I get dressed. Now you repeat. Now let's practice describing a complete morning routine. I'll say longer sentences and we'll practice them together. Every morning I wake up at 6:30. Let's break this down. Every morning. Every morning. Now you repeat. I wake up. I wake up. Now you repeat. At 6:30. At 6:30. Now you repeat. Now the complete sentence. Every morning I wake up at 6:30. Every morning I wake up at 6:30. Now you repeat. First, I check my phone for messages. This is what many people do immediately after waking up. Let's practice in parts. First, I check. First, I check. Now you repeat. My phone. My phone. Now you repeat. For messages. For messages. Now you repeat. Complete sentence now. First, I check my phone for messages. First, I check my phone for messages. Now you repeat. Here's something interesting. In English-speaking countries, many people eat different breakfasts. Americans might have pancakes or cereal. British people often have toast with jam. Australians love their avocado toast. What do you eat for breakfast? Think about it in English. I usually have toast and eggs for breakfast. Let's practice. I usually have. Now you repeat. Toast and eggs. Toast and eggs. Now you repeat. For breakfast. For breakfast. Now you repeat. Full sentence. I usually have toast and eggs for breakfast. I usually have toast and eggs for breakfast. Now you repeat. Let's learn about morning feelings. How do you feel in the morning? I feel sleepy. This means you're still tired and want more sleep. I feel sleepy. I feel sleepy. Now you repeat. I feel energetic. This means you have lots of energy and feel good. I feel energetic. I feel energetic. Now you repeat. I feel rushed. This means you're in a hurry and don't have enough time. I feel rushed. I feel rushed. Now you repeat. Here's a useful phrase for when you're late. I'm running late. This doesn't mean actually running. It means you're behind schedule. I'm running late. I'm running late. Now you repeat. Now let's move to the afternoon and work time. This is when most people are busy with their jobs, studies, or daily tasks. Lunch break. This is the time you stop working to eat lunch. I take my lunch break at noon. I take my lunch break at noon. Now you repeat. Meeting. This is when people gather to discuss work or projects. I have a meeting at 2. I have a meeting at 2. Now you repeat. Deadline. This is the final time or date when something must be finished. The deadline is tomorrow. The deadline is tomorrow. Now you repeat. Let's learn some common work phrases that people use every day. I'm swamped. This means you're very, very busy with too much work. It's like being covered by a big wave of tasks. I'm swamped. I'm swamped. Now you repeat. I'll get back to you. This means you'll respond or give an answer later. Let's break it down. I'll get back. I'll get back. Now you repeat. To you. To you. Now you repeat. Complete phrase. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Now you repeat. Let's touch base. This means to communicate or check in with someone. It comes from baseball, but now it's common in business. Let's touch base. Let's touch base. Now you repeat. Now let's practice describing afternoon activities with longer sentences. After lunch, I usually check my emails. Let's practice in parts. After lunch, after lunch. Now you repeat. I usually check, I usually check. Now you repeat. My emails, my emails. Now you repeat. Full sentence. After lunch, I usually check my emails. After lunch, I usually check my emails. Now you repeat. I spend most of the afternoon in meetings. This describes a busy workday. I spend most. I spend most. Now you repeat. Of the afternoon. Of the afternoon. Now you repeat. In meetings. In meetings. Now you repeat. Complete sentence. I spend most of the afternoon in meetings. I spend most of the afternoon in meetings. Now you repeat. Here's a funny thing about English. We have many ways to say we're tired from work. I'm exhausted. I'm beat. I'm wiped out. I'm drained. They all mean very tired, but the most common one is simple. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Now you repeat. Let's learn about taking breaks. Everyone needs breaks during work. I need a coffee break. This means you want to stop working and have coffee. I need a coffee break. I need a coffee break. Now you repeat. I'm going to stretch my legs. This means to walk around a bit, usually after sitting for a long time. Let's practice. I'm going to. I'm going to. Now you repeat. Stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. Now you repeat. Full phrase. I'm going to stretch my legs. I'm going to stretch my legs. Now you repeat. Let's take 5. This means to take a 5-minute break. It's very casual and friendly. Let's take 5. Let's take 5. Now you repeat. Now let's learn how to talk about finishing work. I'm wrapping up for the day. This means you're finishing your work and preparing to leave. Let's break it down. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. Now you repeat. For the day. For the day. Now you repeat. Complete sentence. I'm wrapping up for the day. I'm wrapping up for the day. Now you repeat. Time to clock out. This means to officially finish work. Originally from punching a time card. Time to clock out. Time to clock out. Now you repeat. The evening is when we relax, spend time with family and prepare for tomorrow. Let's learn how to talk about evening activities. I get home around 6. This describes when you arrive home. I get home. I get home. Now you repeat. Around 6, around 6. Now you repeat. Full sentence. I get home around 6. I get home around 6. Now you repeat. I kick off my shoes. This means to remove your shoes casually, often as soon as you get home. I kick off my shoes. I kick off my shoes. Now you repeat. I change into comfortable clothes. This means putting on relaxing clothes after work. Let's practice in parts. I change into. I change into. Now you repeat. Comfortable clothes. Comfortable clothes. Now you repeat. Full sentence. I change into comfortable clothes. I change into comfortable clothes. Now you repeat. Let's talk about dinner and evening meals. What's for dinner? This is what people ask to know what food will be served. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Now you repeat. I'm cooking pasta tonight. Describing what you're making for dinner. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Now you repeat. Pasta tonight. Pasta tonight. Now you repeat. Complete sentence. I'm cooking pasta tonight. I'm cooking pasta tonight. Now you repeat. Let's order takeout. This means to order food from a restaurant to eat at home. Let's order takeout. Let's order takeout. Now you repeat. Evening relaxation phrases are important too. I'm going to unwind. This means to relax and release stress. I'm going to unwind. I'm going to unwind. Now you repeat. I'll watch some Netflix, a common evening activity. I'll watch some Netflix. I'll watch some Netflix. Now you repeat. I need to catch up on some reading. This means you have reading you want to do. Let's break it down. I need to. I need to. Now you repeat. Catch up on, catch up on. Now you repeat. Some reading, some reading. Now you repeat. Full sentence. I need to catch up on some reading. I need to catch up on some reading. Now you repeat. Before bed activities are also important. I'm getting ready for bed. This means preparing to sleep. I'm getting ready for bed. I'm getting ready for bed. Now you repeat. Time to hit the hay. This is an informal way to say it's time to go to bed. It comes from when people slept on hay mattresses. Time to hit the hay. Time to hit the hay. Now you repeat. I'm calling it a night. This means you're ending your day and going to sleep. I'm calling it a night. I'm calling it a night. Now you repeat. Now let's put everything together in a story. I'll tell you about Sarah's typical day, and we'll practice key sentences together. Sarah's alarm goes off at 6:30. She doesn't like mornings, though she hits the snooze button once. Let's practice this opening. Sarah's alarm goes off. Sarah's alarm goes off. Now you repeat. At 6:30. At 6:30. Now you repeat. She finally gets up at 6:45. First, she goes to the bathroom and brushes her teeth. Then she takes a quick shower. Let's practice. She brushes her teeth. She brushes her teeth. Now you repeat. Then takes a quick shower. Then takes a quick shower. Now you repeat. In the kitchen, Sarah makes herself breakfast. She usually has toast with butter and jam and, of course, coffee. She can't function without her morning coffee. Let's practice this part. She makes herself breakfast. She makes herself breakfast. Now you repeat. She can't function without coffee. She can't function without coffee. Now you repeat. Now let's practice a morning conversation. Imagine Sarah meets her neighbour. Neighbour. Good morning, Sarah. You're up early. Let's practice this greeting. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Now you repeat. You're up early. You're up early. Now you repeat. Sarah. Morning. Yeah, I have an early meeting today. Practice Sarah's response. Morning. Morning. Now you repeat. Yeah, I have an early meeting today. Yeah, I have an early meeting today. Now you repeat. Neighbour. Busy day ahead? This is asking if she'll be busy. Busy day ahead? Busy day ahead? Now you repeat. Sarah, you know it. But first coffee. This is a friendly, casual response. You know it. You know it. Now you repeat. But first coffee. But first coffee. Now you repeat. Now let's continue with Sarah's workday. She arrives at the office at 8:30. Her first task is checking emails. She has 23 new messages. Let's practice describing this. She arrives at 8:30. She arrives at 8:30. Now you repeat. 23 new messages. 23 new messages. Now you repeat. At noon, Sarah takes her lunch break. She usually brings lunch from home, but today she forgot it. So she goes to the cafe across the street. Let's practice a cafe conversation. Cashier. Hi there. What can I get you? Practice this service phrase. What can I get you? What can I get you? Now you repeat. Sarah, I'll have a chicken sandwich and a green tea, please. Let's break this down. I'll have a chicken sandwich. I'll have a chicken sandwich. Now you repeat. And a green tea, please, and a green tea, please. Now you repeat. Cashier. For here or to go? This asks if you'll eat there or take it away. For here or to go? For here or to go? Now you repeat. Sarah. To go, thanks. I need to get back to the office. Practice this response. To go, thanks. To go, thanks. Now you repeat. I need to get back to the office. I need to get back to the office. Now you repeat. In the afternoon, Sarah has 2 meetings. The first one runs long. It was supposed to be 30 minutes, but lasted an hour. She feels a bit stressed. Let's practice expressing this. The meeting ran long. The meeting ran long. Now you repeat. I feel a bit stressed. I feel a bit stressed. Now you repeat. By 5 o'clock, Sarah is ready to go home. She tells her coworker, I'm heading out. See you tomorrow. Let's practice. I'm heading out. I'm heading out. Now you repeat. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Now you repeat. Wow, we've learned so much today. Let's quickly review the most important phrases we practiced. For mornings, remember, I wake up, I need my coffee, I'm running late. These are phrases you'll use every day. Can you say them one more time? I wake up, I wake up. Now you repeat. Perfect. For work time, I have a meeting, I'm swamped. Let's take a break. These help you talk about your workday naturally. Let's practice once more. I have a meeting. I have a meeting. Now you repeat. Excellent. For evenings, what's for dinner? I'm going to unwind. Time to call it a night. These help you describe how you relax and end your day. One more time. I'm going to unwind. I'm going to unwind. Now you repeat. Beautiful! Remember, the key to improving your English is daily practice. You don't need hours and hours. Just 10 or 15 minutes every day makes a huge difference. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm getting dressed. It might feel silly at first, but it works. Here's my challenge for you this week. Every morning when you wake up, say 3 sentences in English about your plans for the day. They can be simple. Today I will work. I will eat lunch with my friend. I will watch TV tonight. That's it. 3 sentences. Can you do that? I believe you can. And every night before bed, say 3 sentences about what you did. Today I worked hard. I learned new English phrases. I practiced speaking. This helps your brain process English naturally. You know what? I'm really proud of you for completing this lesson. Learning a language is not easy. It takes courage to speak out loud, even when you're alone. But you did it. You practiced with me. You repeated the phrases, and you're improving. Every time you practice, you get a little bit better. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Some of you might be thinking, but Tom, I still make mistakes. That's okay. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. I sometimes say the wrong word or forget what I was going to say. The important thing is to keep trying. Mistakes are not failures, they're lessons. Each mistake teaches you something new. If you enjoyed today's lesson, please subscribe to Daily Dose of English. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss our next lesson. Next week, we'll learn how to talk about hobbies and free time activities. It's going to be fun and practical, just like today. Also, leave a comment below. Tell me one sentence about your day in English. It can be simple. I woke up at 7, or I had pizza for lunch. I read every comment and I love seeing your progress. Share this video with a friend who's learning English. Learning is more fun when you have someone to practice with. Maybe you can describe your days to each other in English. Before I go, here's one final piece of advice. Be patient with yourself. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Some days you'll feel like you're improving quickly. Other days might feel slow. That's completely normal. The important thing is to keep going, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself. You have everything you need to succeed. You have the words, you have the phrases, and most importantly, you have the determination. I believe in you, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thank you so much for joining me today on Daily Dose of English. I'm Tom, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep speaking English every single day. Bye for now, and remember, you've got this.